Hey there. Today I'm going to give you everything you need to take your passion for nutrition and turn it into a coaching business that makes you money, that helps you find, like purpose, teach people, things that maybe you overcame in your own health and fitness journey, really connects you with I think purpose is probably the right word. I'm going to give you everything you need to do that today. I'm excited to dig into this concept because I've spent the last, well, I would say 12 years in my own nutrition coaching, but the last six specifically teaching others how to do it. And I know for so many of you, I know the exact situation you're in. I mean, for so many people, there's some obvious signs you should start nutrition coaching. People are asking you in your own social circle, they're asking you, what diets they should be doing. They know you're into health and fitness, what supplements you should be taking. They see you as the person that, they want to ask advice for. And you're starting to see that, hey, I'm the person that kind of tells people these things. And I have no idea like if coaching is even an option for me, if there's potential to do that, and what that next step would look like. But I know there's something there. Now, if you're in your own career, or maybe you're looking for a job, the next job, that type of thing. If you're looking for purpose, some more flexibility, additional income. I know for so many people, especially in 2025, a lot of people are pretty strapped financially, or what they could be doing within. When you're your own boss, like, you do have the capacity to make more money and put effort into things that can make you more money. You're not capped in the same way. If you're looking for all these things, if you're looking just to be involved in a career where people look up to you, they appreciate your advice and your guidance, the nutrition coaching could very well be for you. But you're probably wondering how to get started and what that would look like for so many people. Before we go too far down this path, too, number one, if you're tuning in and listening, number one, thank you. Make sure to give this video a like, drop me a comment in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you have any questions as they come up, I do like to make these sessions somewhat interactive. So let me know what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and what would be helpful for you. And I'll make sure I answer that on the live stream here today. The second thing being, enrollment in our program is currently open. So a lot of these concepts and these ideas, they sound good, but you want more help, support, and guidance. Hi there, Nancy. Thanks for tuning in. If you want some more support and guidance to put it into action, let's get you involved in the program. I'm going to drop two links in the chat right now. The first one being the application to the actual program. Get one in because enrollment is open right now and it won't be forever. And then later on this week, we're going to do an open house webinar. If you've ever been to, you're thinking about going to a university or trying something new, they do one of those open houses where you come in, you see where you'll be learning, what they focus on, meet the teachers and the coaches and all that stuff. We're doing one of those for our program next week. Space is limited though for that, so get signed up for that. But those are the two things to start to get involved today. I know for so many people that want to go down this path, they really want to do this. They want to have their own business. They want to have flexibility. They want to start coaching and inspiring others. There's a big service aspect of that. So many of us, when we don't have nutrition and fitness and health figured out in our lives, we feel powerless. We feel like we have no control. We feel like things just aren't working out for us. But when we're able to put effort into something, the things that matter the most, and see changes and see results and see the person we're becoming, it's obviously life altering, but it gives us a brand new outlook on things. And why wouldn't you want to share that with others? Why wouldn't you want to share that with others in a way you could make it, your job and how you make income? It's the most amazing thing. But to get started, I know a lot of people are like, well, I just don't know the path to get there. I don't know what it looks like. Even more unfortunate sometimes is some people will go down the path of getting one of those initial certifications and learning about nutrition and the science of this stuff, which can be great in terms of it gives you some idea of how it all works, how your body works and digests food and absorbs nutrients and how it metabolizes them. But what it usually like really overlooks is the application and the next step with those things in terms of how do we take that science and apply it to coach others? How do we take that stuff and turn it into a coaching business where we're organized? Maybe you go down the path of, you get this basic nutrition certification and you have a few people in your life, in your social circle that want to go down this path with you, and you start giving them advice, but you're not really sure like how to deliver it. You just like, is it chatting back and forth all week? Is it, we get together once a week and I show you these things? Do I take you to the grocery store? Do I break things down specifically? In those situations, what most, new and aspiring coaches are missing and are lacking is like a true coaching system, something that's like repeatable. You do the same with everybody. You know exactly what the next step is in terms of taking someone through the process of, teaching them the expectations of coaching and what that would look like. Having all those things in place is what gets you organized and gets you so that you can take on more people. Because if you're starting to like break down the math of this stuff, if you want to replace a full-time income, let's say like $3,000 per month minimum to get this stuff started and get this stuff going so that you can make it your full-time thing and work from wherever on your own terms, like you're going to need 10, 12, 14 clients in that $250 to $300 range. For a lot of you thinking like, how would I work with 12 clients? You're not going to be able to work with that many until you get organized, until you know this is where everything goes. This is how I fulfill things. This is what type of feedback I'm getting. This is where it is. My clients know all that stuff and you've trained them to know all those things. And that would be like, that's the next step. Ethan absolutely would have been stuck if I did the other nutrition search instead of the Dr. Mark method. The business model is the most important part for me to learn. Yeah, it's the most important for a lot of us to learn. And thank you, Ethan, for that comment. I'm glad we got you in the program and taking that next step around like, how do we actually do this stuff? How do we put it all together so that we can deliver it to a client and feel confident about what we're doing? Because I know that's what we all need confidence and feeling like we're doing the right things, or at least validation that we're doing the right things. But a lot of times we need to be shown the right way. And that's what a lot of conventional learning opportunities are missing. It's like, what do we actually do with this information and how do we follow things? I think there's also another industry myth around every time we're coaching individuals, every individual is going to be different. No one is exactly the same. But you take a step back and think about many individuals, and a lot of people have similar problems, and a lot of people would get results if they were coached in an effective manner. So no individuals are the same, but a lot are pretty similar. And if we can take that and start to develop a coaching model around best practices and how we communicate with them and how we organize all those things, that's where we start to you can start to see where you would scale up your business and what that would look like. That's the most important thing, is that we've been kind of led to believe, especially in the coaching space, and this is a message that feels really good to us, is that we need to take a client-centered approach and put them in the middle with their needs and their wants and how they like to be coached. And a lot of times that makes us feel good as coaches because we're doing something on the individual level. But most people come to you because you're the expert. Most people come to you because you know something that they don't, and they're trying to learn those things. The Great Cheese Master asks, can my teenage son take protein powder? From like a high quality, reputable company, without a doubt, your teenage son can take protein powder. It's probably a better question to ask, does your teenage son need protein powder? And is he getting enough protein outside of what he's typically eating? Because then, at least you can assess, is it necessary would be the biggest thing. But from safety purposes, for the most part, yeah, without a doubt, your teenage son can take protein powder. I think I mean, whey protein and a lot of, supplemental proteins, they're going to be byproducts of food. They are processed, but many foods are processed. This is many supplements, like the majority of supplements are processed in some capacity. And that is just a byproduct of cheese. It was a whole food once. It's just kind of served up in a different way with a higher quantity of protein. But the biggest thing being, does your son need protein powder and supplemental protein? Would he be better off eating overall more food and foods that contain protein? One of the best things to do is just got to assess what he typically eats meal by meal, and is he getting enough at individual meals, and how those all add up. And for most individuals, like let's say a 70 kilo or 150 pound individual, especially a young growing teenage son, like he should be eating at least 100 grams of protein, upwards of 150 grams of protein per day if he's lifting weights and trying to improve. And if he can't do that through whole food sources, then absolutely supplemental protein would be beneficial for them. And there's no real reason outside of like maybe some pre-existing kidney issues or anything like that he can't take protein. Now, if he does, if he has trouble eating a lot, and like overall food levels are tough too, like he might be in a better situation to take a mass gainer as well. I have a video coming up on that, the difference between taking mass gainer and whey protein, because sometimes, they're told, both of these supplements are recommended to people that want to gain muscle and gain weight. In reality, they're two different things. He might be in a better situation to, if he has a trouble eating a lot, to take a weight gainer or mass gainer supplement, which will be more expensive, but it'll have 500, 700 calories versus 100, contain just as much protein, but more overall calories. And that might be a better fit for his goals. With those, similar things apply. Go with a reputable brand. Don't go with the cheapest thing, because there could be some GI upset and nausea and that type of thing. But that would be my recommendation, is get a sense of like what he truly needs, and what's going to be the easiest for him to adhere to, and then go from there. You got it, the great cheese master. Happy to do it. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Cheese, whey protein. It's just, I don't know. I think maybe when I saw your name originally, I was kind of like doing a second take there around like, is this cheese guy asking me about protein? It's a good name. Outside of that, though, as we get more into the potential of how we can take our passion and turn it into, a coaching business, those type of things, like that's some of the main problems new and aspiring coaches face. They don't know how to take what they know and turn it into deliver it to an individual so that they get results, and focus specifically on they get results. A lot of times we're thinking, I have all this knowledge. How do I deliver it? They don't have a coaching system that is organized. It's effective. It doesn't take up all of their time. They're not second guessing things. And then developing a coaching offer within that actually allows them to, is scalable, allows them to make money, that type of thing. Okay, awesome. Your grandmother's name. I love it. And then from there, like, okay, well, how do we get these clients, and what do those conversations look like? And how do I show them the value of what I do without feeling salesy, but at the same time, push them towards a coaching offer that gets us paid and gives us an opportunity to make people and make money will be the biggest thing. When you have all that stuff in place, there's no reason why you can't take your passion for nutrition and turn it into a coaching business. It's possible for many people, but you got to go about it the right way. Who's got some questions about this? Let me hear it. Got about 8 more minutes here before I get on a call. For the program as well. Got a potential student coming in, which is exciting. We're going to chat about where they're at, what's next for them, all the details of the program. If you would like to learn a little bit more about what we do and how we do it, make sure to fill out an application. We'll be chatting about next steps and if the program is a good fit. Enrollment is now open in the program. It'll be open until February 4th or when space fills up. We also have that open house webinar that you can find in the chat if you want a more inside look into our program. Any other questions for today? If there isn't any more for today, thanks for spending some time with me. Nice to tune in with you guys. Catch you later, Nancy. Catch you later, Ethan. We're taking, we'll be taking 4 more students. We had room for 8, and half of those spots have been filled, Nancy. Got 4 more. That'll put us right at least at the beginning in the next few weeks, at around 18, 20 total. So that's the sweet spot with our group-based approach, where we have, 4 or 5 students coming in, kind of going from there. Hope that makes sense. Let me know if there's anything else. Nancy, if you have any more specific questions, let's get you in there. Chat soon. Bye.